Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the 10th house in the 12th house in a natal horoscope. As most of you know, the 10th house is connected with authority figures, a dominant parent, generally the father, the livelihood, career, ambitions, status, notoriety, recognition, standing in the community. Look at the 12th house. It's connected with seclusion and solitude, isolation, limitations, restrictions, things that perhaps inhibit us. Also connected with hospitals and prisons. Well, anyway, people, and also one other thing is that hidden adversaries are connected with it as well. Well, anyway, let me get started. Well, the first conclusion I come to when I look at this placement is that perhaps the person's career interests could be connected with something spiritual, metaphysical, something done in a covert manner, such as working for FBI or CIA, may work in hospital or do some kind of prison work of some kind. Not saying that the person is in prison, but could be like, say, a security guard in prison, perhaps. Something which is done, you could say, very privately, such as somebody that's a writer, for example, would be a possibility. And even possibly astrology, since that can be, we could look at that as a certain connection with something metaphysical, something where they use their insight and intuition, something connected with the subconscious, which wouldn't necessarily be limited to, or which actually could include psychology, I believe, because a lot of times psychologists, psychiatrists talk about things that are connected with the subconscious. This could be someone who's, I guess we could say, the dominant parent, or generally the father, may have played, perhaps might have the relationship with this person might be something secretive and something they don't want to necessarily talk about. It could be something where perhaps the relationship with the father in some isolated cases may kind of impact this person's private life, or maybe this person takes refuge maybe in certain isolated cases due to a bad relationship or rapport with the father. This could be something where notoriety, status, and recognition could be this person's undoing, may lead to some kind of problems with hidden adversaries or enemies. This person's career interest is something that they generally may not like to talk about, may be very private in regarding matters that are connected with this. This could be something where the relationship with authority figures or supervisors is something that this person may not like to talk about. Perhaps the relationship with authority figures may not always be great, may have some restriction connected with it. The father or dominant parent might play, perhaps this relationship in some cases may have some restrictions with it, or this person might feel somehow that there was limitations that were connected with this. Perhaps the poor relationship or the restrictive relationship leads this person into some kind of secluded habits of some kind. Look at this position, and 10th house, we look at it as connected with one's ambitions, and maybe there's something that's kind of somewhat limited with the person's ambitions. Maybe this career, something could happen if the planet is adversely aspected, receives predominantly negative aspects. Person's career might cause some kind of hospitalization. Person might succumb to some bad injury, something connected with their career. Maybe this person thrives on a career which is associated with solitude. This person might do their best work behind the scenes, such as a ghostwriter, somebody that works as like a voiceover for, or voice for like some animated character, for example. This person might, there could be some restriction connected with notoriety and accolades and recognition for work. Maybe this person feels that he or she should have received more for his or her work, or maybe notoriety and recognition could result in the person's undoing in certain instances. Perhaps the person's career somehow in some cases leads to the person's detriment to some degree. Perhaps this person's career is connected with some secrets this person could be harboring. Well, anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the ruler of the 10th house posited in the 12th house in the natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the 11th house in the 1st house in the natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.